I'm Roberta Lamb. I'm a singer-songwriter based out of East Providence, Rhode Island. I am on the board of the Rhode Island Songwriters Association, and I'm a member of the East Providence Arts Council. I got started in music listening to records that my parents bought. My first playing of instruments, I think I played piano at age 5. I started singing pretty early on, musical theater and all kinds of music in school, and it went from there. This song is called Turn Around, Don't Drown. Just minding my own business, I was keeping my head down. Been circling round this barn too long, time to leave this town. I went down by the water just to let my worries fade. One glimpse of you, my heart stopped, I almost backed away. Your easy smile, your damn good looks, they really drew me in. I can't tell just what it was, but I felt it in my skin. You might bring me to higher ground through the rising water, but something in my heart says, turn around, don't drown. Turn around, don't drown. Now I've been wrong and selfish, I don't do what I should. I ought to tell you walk on by, 'cause maybe I'm no good. Now rain, it makes me restless, and the sunshine makes me smile. But what you got makes me wanna stay with you a while. You might bring me to higher ground through the rising water, but something in my heart says, turn around, don't drown. Turn around, don't drown. The river water's raging, who knows just where it goes. But you and I, let's work it out, get across this flooded road. So loosen up your collar, maybe we could fool around. And I'll ignore those whispers that say turn around, don't drown. That say turn around, don't drown. So some of my musical influences are, of course, the Beatles, Joni Mitchell, Jackson Browne. In high school, I started listening to the Allman Brothers, Grateful Dead, a little bit of rock and roll. And then I got interested in classical music, opera, Italian music, even Mozart was probably my favorite classical composer. Now I'm going to do a song that was written by another singer-songwriter whose name is Geoff Bartley. He's in the Boston area, and it's written in an old blues style. It's called Keep on Walkin'. It goes like this. I don't care how much soul can pout. You've been doing me wrong, Papa, so I'm putting you out, and you can keep on walking. Yeah, just keep on walking. And you can keep on walking, honey, till I change my mind. You're going out in the evening, staying out all night, coming home in the morning, and you know know that ain't right, so you can keep on walking. Yeah, just keep on walking. And you can keep on walking, honey, till I change my mind. You ain't had a job since 1992. I'm paying all the rent, buying all the groceries too. You're betting on that number like you hit the mother lode. But look here, Papa, it's time you hit the road. I'm crazy about you, baby, but your ways I just can't stand. I know that you've been creeping out with that Pollyann, so you can keep on walking. Yeah, just keep on walking. And you can keep on walking, honey, till I change my mind. You ain't had a job since 1992. I'm paying all the rent, buying all the groceries too. You know my little onion is the finest of its kind. But look here, sugar, this time you crossed the line. I'm crazy about you, baby, your ways I just can't stand. I know that you've been creeping out with that Pollyann, so you can keep on walking. Just keep on walking. Just keep on walking, honey, till I change my mind. Just keep on walking, honey, till I change my mind. Just keep on walking, honey, till I change my mind. Now get out. All right, let's keep on walking. My dreams in music include being able to express myself through my original music. So I'm enjoying writing very much. Like everyone does, it's always a process. My biggest goal is to have an impact on listeners and to really change them so that when they hear what I say or sing or even express through instrumental music, that they are changed somehow. Now here's one that I wrote. It's called Swipe Right. And it's kind of a riff on online dating, but it's not just about dating. It's really about how dismissive we can sometimes be with one another. Swipe right. Looking for prospects on my iPhone. Must have sense of humor, testosterone. Some profiles are charming, lots of nice pics, but some of these guys seem like real twits. John's into sports cars, he flies his own plane. To tell you the truth, that gives me chest pain. Sam craves adventure on long hiking trips. Don't think that would help build good partnerships. Swipe left, swipe left, toss them aside. Swipe left, swipe left. If I keep swiping left, I'll never know what's inside. Swipe left to move on and find the right partner who's perfect like me, and I'll let down my armor with so many choices. In my little cloister, I'll find the bright pearl that hides in the oyster. Swipe left, toss them aside. Swipe left, swipe left. If I keep swiping left, I'll never know what's inside. Sing another lament, poor morning dove, who keeps swiping left and losing in love. Or maybe just once, though he might not excite, I'll find the right someone and then I'll swipe right. Swipe left, toss them aside. Swipe left,
swipe left. If I keep swiping left, I'll never know what's inside. Keep swiping left, I'll never know what's inside.
I'm incredibly fortunate to perform in Massachusetts. Wonderful houses like the Burren, the back room at the Burren in Somerville, Mass. I've played at open mic features at lots of places like the Center for the Arts in Natick, Providence at Nickenese, and porch fests, farmers markets, the Rhode Island Folk Fest last summer. So lots of different places. Here's a Dylan tune for you Dylan fans out there. It takes a lot to laugh, it takes a train to cry. Well, I ride on a mail train, babe, can't buy a thrill. Well, I've been up all night, leaning on a windowsill. If I die on top of the hill, if I don't make it, you know my baby will. Don't the moon look good, mama, shining through the trees? Don't the brakeman look good, flagging down the double E? Don't the sun look good going down over the sea? And don't my baby look so fine when he's coming after me? Now the winter time is coming and the windows are filled with frost. I went to tell everybody, but I could not get across. Well, I wanna be your lover, baby, I don't wanna be your boss. Don't say I never warned you when your train gets lost. Well, I ride on mail train, babe, can't buy a thrill. So I'm about to celebrate a personal milestone. I'm about to be reunited with my estrogen. Yes. And so I decided to write a little song to commemorate. And the song turned itself into a bit of a country tune. Sometimes songs have a mind of their own. So come into my dressing room for a moment, because for this song, I'm channeling my inner Minnie Pearl. Remember her howdy? That was her thing. Anyway, so because I'm being reunited with my estrogen, I decided to call it Estrogen Redux. And it goes like this. Well, I've had time to travel, spend time with family, but you never know when life turns to calamity. I'm middle-aged but still rockin', I'm glad I'm not a virgin, when out of the blue you get a call from your surgeon. She says, you got a good shot, but this is what you got. Looks like excess estrogen, too much estrogen. So take this little pill for 5 short years, and all that excess estrogen hopefully disappears. When life is in flux, dream of estrogen redux. I know it kinda sucks,
estrogen redux, estrogen redux. So I went down to the OR, got my surgery. I'll be good as new, won't change my identity. Be brave, keep smiling, and keep up my good mood. Keep saying yes to living and yes to my dude. Woo! When life is in flux, dream of estrogen redux. I know it kinda sucks. Estrogen redux, estrogen redux. Now 5 years have gone by, and thanks to my plan, I'm hoping my waist will get tiny again. My voice will get higher, and I'll get back my fire. My moves will improve, and I'll get back my groove. When life is in flux, dream of estrogen redux. I know it kinda sucks. Estrogen redux, estrogen redux, and estrogen redux.
What's next for me, I think, includes, so I really want to get out and play and interact with my audiences. So intimate places, listening rooms, coffee houses. I would really like to tour in New England and then beyond. And now that we've done so many, done many Zoom performances internationally, even in Israel and Germany and England, lots on the West Coast. And I would like to be able to actually go and play in some of these places where I now know quite a lot of people. But I think certainly just in our own little area here in Massachusetts and Rhode Island, there are so many musicians and talented people and great audiences, so I'd like to play more here. This is a song about endings and new beginnings. It's called One Step Away.
An aging dog with failing sight, on steps and paths he takes his time. Dinner scraps, he waits for treats, then finds a spot, curls by her feet. But one misstep, or one missed ray, and the aging pair fall down the stairs. And just like that, you're only a step away from saying goodbye. One step away from a nightmarish fear, an end it's too near, and a bridge we must cross. One step away, one step away. In the checkout line for his favorite wine to bring to a friend's birthday party, he takes a call, then he's in free fall when his doctor tells him he's just a young man. What they found on his scan would change his life forever. And just like that, we're only a step away from saying goodbye. One step away from a nightmarish fear, an end too near, and a bridge we must cross. One step away, one step away. She wonders about her long-lost friend. Could she bravely reach out? She takes a risk. They rebuild their bond. By holding out, they turned it around. From that day on, their weekly calls are filled with joy and laughter. And just like that, we're only a step away from starting again. One step away from moving past the years, so two old friends find a bridge they can cross. One step away, one step away, one step away.
You can certainly find me on Instagram and Facebook, both at Roberta Lamb Music. That's easy. You can come to my website, robertalamb.com. You can find my music on Spotify, Apple, all the usual places, including Bandcamp, which is a little bit more generous towards the artists. And you would just just search Roberta Lamb. I have quite a lot of videos on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and type in Roberta Lamb, you'll find me. And if you want to contact me, just reach me at my email, which is roberta@robertalamb.com. So this next song is entitled Odessa Rose, and I wrote it since the war in the Ukraine began. I actually have had a grandmother who was born in the Ukraine and emigrated here, and it's amazing how much history repeats itself. She came here as a refugee with really nothing, and then her husband, my grandfather, passed away during the flu epidemic 100 years ago, and then she was left not speaking English and raised 4 children, my mother and her sibs, on her own, renting rooms. So it's a little bit loosely story about my relatives. It goes like this.
Born by the shores of Ukraine's Black Sea, Odessa Rose studied life over tea. The men in her family were cantors and rabbis. Girls couldn't be scholars, but she'd improvise. She read countless books. Her life was carefree. In horse-drawn carriages, boulevards by the sea. By the time she grew up to become Mrs. Cohen, life had changed in Odessa. It was time to get going. Ooh, ooh. nothing more, she'd have black tea, just like back home by the Black Sea, in glass cups with spoons and strawberry jam. She'd learn to be grateful to Uncle Sam. So Odessa rose, fled the pearl of the sea, with barely a ruble, no caviar, some loose leaf tea to travel far. She brought her family's samovar. Her new home was Pittsburgh, known as Steel City, where work in the mills left the town gritty. Her young David Cohen fed his wife, son, and daughters through modest work. At least they weren't paupers. But David's health gave way to a virus that left Rose and her children in crisis. Ooh. So Rose rented rooms to folks just like her, who took their tea in glass with a stir of strawberry jam, stirred with tea after dinner. So our Odessa Rose became a breadwinner. If nothing more, they'd have black tea, just like back home by the Black Sea, in glass cups with spoons and strawberry jam. They learned to be grateful to Uncle Sam. If Rose could bear witness to what's happening now in Odessa's wide boulevard, she'd figure out how to bring comfort and care to the lost souls who suffer, with tea, jam, and kindness to help them recover. If nothing more, they'd have black tea, just like back home by the Black Sea, with glass cups and spoons and strawberry jam. They'd learn to be grateful to Uncle Sam.